Before the video starts, don't forget to drop a like. Helps me out a ton. Thank you guys so much. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chalk, and you already know I'm back with another banger video. You guys know the vibes. Now look, in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 most rare builds on NBA 2K20. So look, don't want to waste too much time. Before I get into the video, as always, be sure to follow me on Instagram at J35H. If you like all my pictures, I will like all yours back. Also follow me on Twitter at Chalk to stay up to date with what's going on when I'm posting videos, and I just have some banger tweets in general. But look, without further ado, let's get right into this fire video, man. Build number one, and a build I'm pretty sure 95% of you guys haven't seen, is the rugged wing, guys. Alright, so yes, you are reading that correctly. The first rare build that we will be making is the rugged wing. Now guys, this build doesn't even sound like something that is a real thing. Alright, this sounds like something straight up made up, but I promise you guys it's a real build. Now, is it a good build? I hate to break it to you, this build is not very good, and in fact, other than the cool name that it has, it's really useless. So I would not advise you to make this build for yourself, but it is a cool name nonetheless. So as you guys can see, this is kind of like the prospect. It has really all mediocre stats. It doesn't excel at really anything, but it's called a rugged wing. All right, and that's cool enough, and it's rare. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have never, and I mean never, I mean I hit legend first. All right, I play this game all the time. I have never seen a rugged wing in the park. Never. I've never seen anybody trolling with it. I've never seen anybody actually use it. I've never seen it, period. So if you guys want to make this build popular, shoot, be my guest. Maybe you guys can make the rugged wing meta. Who knows, you guys might become famous for a build. But I'm telling you guys right now, this build is literally useless. Alright, this build is absolutely trash, and it's not really going to be able to do anything. Alright, so just know that before you do it, and don't say I didn't warn you. Make sure you do 6'8". Doesn't matter your height and your weight. And as you guys can see, we have built the rugged wing, guys. The rugged wing is genuinely useless. Like, this is literally useless. All right, but look, if you guys want to see me use any of these builds that I'm going to be showing you, and there's 9 more builds coming up, if you guys want to see me use any of these, let me know in the comment section, guys. I will use these builds in some gameplay and show you guys if they're glitchy or not. All right, just let your boy know. Rare build number 2 is kind of a meme, but you never see it in the park. This build is the ball hawk. Now look, a lot of these builds with these creative names aren't really playable. They're not the best builds, and that's probably why they have these creative names in the first place. But the ball hawk that I'm making for you guys right here is 1000% playable. All right, and it's actually a viable build. You could actually get away with using this build for yourself. Okay, when I used to always think about ball hawk, I always thought it was going to be like a super atrocious unplayable build, but after making this build for myself, looking at the badge spread, looking at the attributes, I kind of looked at it surprised. I was very shocked. You have Hall of Fame slashing and Hall of Fame defense, and it's really not that bad of a build, bro. You can 100% green threes with 6 shooting. Obviously it's not the greatest build, but when you're looking for a build called a ball hawk, you're not looking to make the greatest build. All right, you want something that has a cool name and is playable, and this build right here is 100% playable. Your takeover does not matter, but I'm a ball hawk, so I want to lock up with the lock takeover, and boom, you have built a ball hawk, man. Another build that I personally have never seen in the park, the defensive anchor. Let's get right into this creation, man. Now look, if you've made it to this point, don't forget to drop a like on the video for your boy for hitting you guys with the exclusive rare builds. Alright, all defensive pie chart center. And look guys, this is another one of those builds that you can actually play on. This is actually a pretty solid center build, to say the least. It's going to be 6'9", and you guys know that I preached in my best center build video that the 6'9" center is the best center in the game. All right, and the cool part about this defensive anchor is you gotta make it 6'9" in order to jig it out. All right, it's something about 6'9" that gets the job done. But as you guys can see, 15 finishing and 27 defensive badges. All right, that's a lot of badges. Okay, your height 6'9", leave your weight in the middle, and trust me guys, pick whatever takeover you want to take. With that glass takeover and that rim protector takeover, you could really make a case for either of them. I personally like rim protector takeover better just because of the impact it makes defensively, and as a defensive anchor, you want to make that impact, man. This build is a literal glitch. So here is build number 4, and yet another build that's very well known and low-key a meme in the community is the Prospect. So I know I've been hitting you guys with the crazy names and they're super playable, but look, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this Prospect build is not good, okay? And by not good, I mean it is probably one of the worst builds on NBA 2K20, and they shouldn't call it a Prospect, they should just straight up call it trash, alright? This build can literally do nothing. It has probably the least amount of badge points possible. I don't even think this build would be good at Legend. But at the end of the day, if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to have a cool name, then be my guest and make this build. But I'm telling you guys right now, this build is absolutely terrible, and there's so much better options you can make. But at the end of the day, some of you guys are diehards, man. Some of you guys just want to have the crazy name, and I'm not going to lie to you, it is pretty dope to load up on a Prospect. I'd love to see somebody pull up on me with a 99 overall Prospect build. I wonder if they would even be good. I mean, here's the thing. I know I could go crazy on a Prospect, but I would not advise anybody to play on a Prospect, alright? It is a waste of time. It's a waste of a grind. But if you want to be funny, make your friends laugh, just have some fun in the park, then this is probably the build for you, alright? You do have a variety of takeovers, which is dope, and they compare you to Luka Doncic, Mitch Richmond, and James Harden, which I don't understand at all. We're halfway through the rare builds. This is build number 5, the small ball 4. Now this build right here is a pretty average build, alright? I feel like in the right hands this build could actually do some damage, but this is not some super OP build, and it's also not a super trash build, okay? Any build that can shoot as well as this build can find a way onto the court, alright? It's just a little bit of a shorter build, but this build has 22 shooting badges, and that is more than enough to be out there sparking on your opponents, alright? Now look, this is not an ideal build, but at the same time, how many small ball 4s do you see running around the park? I'm telling you guys, I'm bringing you the exclusive of the exclusive. You guys are not seeing these builds anywhere until now, alright? If you start seeing these builds pop up, blame me, alright? I brought the secrets out. I'm hitting you guys with the exclusive content. As you guys can see right here, you can get either takeover, sharp, or post score. I just think post score takeover is cool, so that's what I went with, and boom, the small ball 4 has been created. Build number 6, with a glitchy name to say the least, is the multi-position defender. So here we are with the multi-position defender creation. Now look, this build can do exactly what the name says. It can realistically guard any spot on the court. However, it is best suited playing the center role essentially because at the end of the day, it cannot shoot. But I'm telling you guys, it can defend extremely well. And if you're not somebody that really cares about shooting, you can genuinely guard 1 through 5 on this build. This build is extremely rare, and if you look up versions of this build on YouTube, a lot of them have been patched and they're now called two-way finishers. So this build is what they call a dying breed, man. It is going extinct, but luckily I played around with it and I found the way to create it. I'm telling you guys, this took me like 30-35 minutes alone just to be able to find how to make this build again, because I was stunned when I saw the original version that I used to do was patched. I was like, nah, there's no way. There's got to be another way to do it. And luckily, after sitting here labbing long enough, I found it. As you guys can see right here, the multi-position defender, similar to some goats, man. Build number 7, and yet another rare, very underutilized build, is the lob threat. Now look, I want you guys to picture this scenario in your head. You're in the park, you're looking to get your rep up, you watch my rep method video so you guys know that you need somebody to throw you lobs in order for you to get the maximum amount of rep. You're looking for somebody to play with, and then all of a sudden you see it. You see a lob threat. Come on guys, like come on, you know how enticing that is? If I had somebody come up to me and be like, yo bro, you trying to run? I got a lob threat. I would be like, what? A lob threat? but let's get right. Now here's the thing with this lob thread, alright? It is actually a very valid build. It is great finishing and solid defensively, and it also has 10 shooting badges. The only problem is that it has a low 3, but having 10 shooting badges with that low 3, I promise you guys it'll green just like you saw in my paint beast video. You have the option to choose any takeover that you'd like, but since you're a lob threat, you want to pick the slashing, and voila, you have created a lob threat. Build number 8, and a build that I have an absolutely fire video on that you guys should check out, is the shooter build. Alright, now the shooter build is in the preset build category that also contains several other rare build names such as finisher, handles and passing, defender. There are so many cool build names that people don't even realize are there. It took me months to even recognize that preset builds were a thing, so be sure to go check them out for yourself. Another super rare build that you're never going to really see around the park or any other game mode is the shot blocking wing. Now look, this build is actually not that bad, but it's also not great in any way, shape, or form. The good part about this build is that you have Hall of Fame defense and you have Hall of Fame shooting. You guys know I'm very big on having Hall of Fame shooting. So it's like, alright, you know, you could definitely play with this build. As you guys can see, you get 15 shooting badges, and then I'm almost positive you get 15 or 16. I think it's 16 defensive badges, which is more than capable enough to defend multiple positions. So you're going to have 7 finishing, 15 shooting, 16 defense, with a pretty cool and very exclusive name. You're going to go 6'9". Make sure you follow these to the T. Your weight has to be 200, and then you have to go 1 under max wingspan. Your takeover is irrelevant, and boom, you guys have created a shot blocking wing. The last and final build that we will be going over today is the back to basket guard. Yes, you heard that right, a guard, not a center, not a big, a back to the basket guard. Now this build right here, aside, alright, it has a very good badge spread. The only problem is that you're a point guard and you cannot speed boost with the pure playmaker pie chart. Now if you're not somebody that's really into the whole speed boosting thing and you're not really trying to do all that cool stuff, then you know what, this might be the build for you. Okay, this build can do a little bit of everything, and it's a pretty solid build. I'll give credit where it's due. The only problem is, like I said, you're a pure playmaker, you can't speed boost, and then also you don't have a ton of defense on it. Alright, you have good defensive stats, but you only end up with 3 defensive badges, so it's like, I don't know if that's really good. But this is an extremely rare build. I've never played versus a back to the basket guard. I've never played versus any of these. Alright, 99% of these builds I've never seen, so it's like, it's definitely something cool that you can go into the park with, show your friends, you know, make a funny build. Guys, I'm loading up on my shot blocking wing, or any of the other builds that I've shown you guys so far, and they're gonna be like, yo, that's a build? Like, you know, most people haven't even seen these things, so that's the cool part, is just the name. They're not really the best builds, but boom, that is how you create a back to the basket guard. Now that is the end of today's video, guys. Do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video if you enjoyed any of it or learned anything new. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at J35H. If you like all my pictures, I'll like all yours back. Also follow me on Twitter at Chalk to stay up to date with what's going on. Thank you guys for watching the video, and as always, it's your boy Chalk, and I'm out. Peace.